All right, welcome back.
Welcome,
It is time for the...
Healthy Life Podcast.
Oh my God.
The
I got it
Healthy
right on the
Life.
first try. We literally
It
just
is,
started.
isn't it? The Healthy Life Podcast.
Yes, that's correct.
This is the
That was
Healthy Life
great.
Podcast. Thank you.
That is the name. You remembered.
Amazing.
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 So Eileen has news to share.
We both have news
Okay,
to
I guess
share.
we both have news to share because it's exciting stuff.
It is exciting. So we are pregnant. Did we announce that in the last one? That we were pregnant? Like, do people know that yet?
That one got ruined.
Oh, that's right. Okay. So we are pregnant. But
Aileen's
not only...
pregnant.
Yeah, I'm pregnant. I do say we. He.
You know, that first episode, you're like, oh yeah, we were pregnant, kind of like how we did the wall.
Yeah.
I actually don't even know if I posted that one either.
Yeah. We are pregnant. I am pregnant.
2 beans in the oven.
There are 2 beans
Twins.
in the oven. We are having identical twins. What? It's just
It's exciting.
It's so exciting. It's so mind-blowing in my head still. I'm still trying to process it. Obviously, so very, very excited. There's a lot to this story, though. I feel like there's a lot to the story. I've been so sick, so exhausted, so nauseous, but I think that's like every first trimester, right? And I thought like it was just hitting me a little worse. And I was even telling a client during a session one time, she's like, you look tired. I was like, well, I'm pregnant. But at the same time, I was like, this baby is kicking my butt. Like, I feel just so extra. I was like, and I was telling Devin, I was like, I am not getting pregnant again after this. Like, this is it, because it's just been kicking my butt so bad. But now we know why. Now we know that it's
because there was 2 babies in there kicking your butt.
There's 2 babies in there. So it honestly makes me feel better. I still feel like I still am nauseous. I'm still exhausted, but I feel better knowing that, okay, this is why this is. I'm not. Yeah. Like, this is why this is happening, because there's like 2 in there. I can't imagine people like with more than 2. Like, oh my gosh, you'd have to. I don't even know. So
sedate me the entire
crazy.
9 months.
But the crazy thing is the amount of signs that have been popping up since finding out that we're pregnant. Like, it's so weird. Like, I've been meeting a lot of twins, and I broke an egg the other day, and there were 2 yolks in it. And like every time I like met a set of twins, or like something like that happened with the egg, which is so silly, every time I was like, I wonder if there are twins inside of me. Like, every time I thought that. And so yesterday when we were at the doctor's, I was sitting there and I was like, Devin, what if there are actually twins in there?
This was in the car, like on the
in
way
the
to
car.
the doctor. Yeah.
And then I was like, there's no way. Like, me, like us, like there's no way. Like, there's no way. And then when we were in that room, and she, like, as soon as she put the Doppler, is that what it's called? Like the ultrasound thing on me, you saw just 2 spots, like 2 dots in there, like as if it were their heads. And I was just, and she's like, oh, I have a surprise for you. And I was like, are there 2 in there right now? Like, and sure enough, and it was just, it's still just so mind-blowing to me. And yesterday night, I've been going to bed between like 7:30 and 8:30 every single night. And last night I went to bed at around then, but I woke up at like midnight and didn't go back to sleep until like 4 a.m. Like, it was so, I've never just like laid awake just with my thoughts before like that. Usually I'm pretty like good up, you know, I can just like go to bed and put my thoughts aside. Not last night. It was just so crazy. So needless to say, our life is about to get wild. We obviously have an oldest. We have a daughter. So we are going from a family of 3 to a family of 5, right?
It's like that.
That's math.
Yep.
And it's just crazy. And they're gonna be, like we said, they're gonna be identical. So they're just gonna be identical little beans. I don't know. What are your thoughts? I ask him this every 10 minutes.
I know. Pretty much, yeah.
I'm
just excited.
Every time I talk, I'm like, I'm literally, this is the
trying
first.
to process it
Yeah,
still. Yeah.
I think this is the first thing in my life that I'm actually like, you know how you say I'm just trying to process it? I'm really just trying, like, it's like really trying to just like process. And it's just the most mind-blowing thing has ever happened to, I think, me personally in my entire life. Like, genuinely, it's just very mind-blowing to me. So
Yeah, I don't know. More than anything, I'm just excited. It's been what, 24 hours? So I'm still just excited. I'm sure. I mean, people are asking me like, "Are you like freaked out?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "Not yet. I don't know.
yeah.
Like, it might hit me later, but right now I'm just excited. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like
Yes,
you
because
get two babies.
yeah,
It's
you get 2
cool.
for 1. I don't have to get pregnant again. Because that's the other thing. So we're just going to continue on this. This whole time with not feeling good, like I have been so adamant with Devin, I'm not getting pregnant again. Like I am done. I am exhausted. I don't want to feel like this ever again. Like I am too weak for this. But like as I would tell him that, like I knew in my heart that there was not just going to be 2.
Like that we wouldn't only have 2 kids.
Like and it was just in my heart. I've had, it sounds weird, but like I've had dreams of having 3. It's just the weirdest thing. And so the fact that it's actually happening is just crazy. I don't know. That's why I'm trying to process too, just because of these feelings and this. It's like, I don't know. This is just the most craziest thing that's ever happened to me. I think so.
And it's funny because even when we started telling family that you were pregnant,
Yeah.
the talk of twins came up.
Oh yeah. For sure.
And it's just funny.
And I've told clients like in sessions, I was like, honestly, I think there's 2 in there. Like I've been like I've just had this feeling, which I think that whole mother instinct type thing and even father instinct type thing is just so crazy. I think the fatherhood instinct kicks in even more once the babies are out. But just these feelings of that there's 2 in there when there has been 2, I don't know. It's just the most craziest thing ever. So I don't know if there's any twin moms listening. Did you feel the same? Like put it in the comments. I want to know. Like I've been so curious what other twin moms throughout the pregnancy have like experienced. And so, yeah, so people ask like, are you freaked out or like, how are you feeling? I'm on a very like cloud 9-y feeling right now. Obviously, we know like when the babies are here, sleep is going to be a little bit of a dip. And
2 is more expensive than 1.
yes, we understand. I mean, we have a baby. Obviously, we don't have 2. We don't have 3. It's like, so it's going to be very hectic, crazy, different, but we have a good, really, really, really good support system by our side. We're strong together, so it's going to be good. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's actually what we were talking about on the way to the doctor's appointment yesterday before we found out. It's like you're just like, what if there's 2 in there? I was like, then there's 2.
I know.
Like, what do you mean? Like it doesn't change that much.
And
like
I was like, it changes everything.
We already know we're gonna be tired.
Yeah.
So if there's 2, we're just gonna be even more tired.
Might as
but
well be
whatever.
doubly tired.
Right. We're gonna buy twice the diapers. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's 2. Whatever.
Yeah. So it's just.
It's exciting.
Yeah. I just wish I could put like how I feel about it. There's no words for it. It's just, there's no words, no explanation for it. It's just so crazy. So
it's like with Aubrey, you're like, oh, cool. We get a baby.
Yes.
And now that she's like growing.
Yes. A huge blessing.
She's like, oh, cool. Like she's my little best friend. So then when you're like, well, now we're going to have twins. We're like, sweet. Now I get 2 extra best friends. That's awesome.
Yeah. So it's good.
Well, one of them's not going to like me. It's bound to happen. It's bound to happen. Aubrey loves me.
Yeah.
One of these twins is going to be like stuck by your side. The other one will be stuck by my side.
You think so?
Probably. I don't know. Or they'll both like you.
I don't know.
And I'll just run away with Aubrey. We'll go on adventures together.
Yeah.
Like mom's at home with your evil twin sisters.
Yeah, we do have a gut feeling that they're girls, but we'll find out.
We'll see.
We'll be obviously happy with either. We want them to be healthy. But we do have gut feelings that they're girls. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I've always thought that we would just all have, or we would have only girls.
Yeah, but
and not for any reason, but just like
it's just like
from
a weird,
dreams.
Just like a weird gut feeling. I know. So, yes, that's our big news.
Yeah, big news. Pretty big news.
Pretty big news.
I don't know, like, there's not much news that we could ever have that would top that kind of news.
I know.
Unless you get pregnant again and then there's triplets.
Holy don't even. Do not even. So, but I think the big question a lot of people ask are like, do twins run in the family? And I guess they run on all 4 sides, apparently. And I had no idea, but like lots of generations ago. So
like our grandparents and great-grandparents' generation.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to become a house. I'm going to be huge, massive. Be a big old massive lady.
I'm gonna be huge.
I'm gonna be huge.
I'm gonna be huge.
So, Yeah, but
We're gonna need to build a wall.
yeah. But what are we talking about today?
Literally, that was that.
Like the big topic?
That was the. That's as far as we got when we were planning this one.
That's true. It is
you
as far
know.
as they got. So we are, I mean, our big thing is like lifestyle and health and fitness. And it's like, I will be honest, this is the first time in my life where I was like, oh my gosh, talk about needing to set priorities in terms of like making sure that I work out still, making sure that I eat well still, because I can see how it can go from like when these little ones are born to just like me being pulled in all those directions.
Even now.
Oh yeah. So it's going to be so important even now, like planning ahead of even having like that mindset of, okay, even 10 minutes of going for a walk is better than nothing. And I think that all in or nothing approach is so dangerous to anybody. But let's say like, especially to, let's say like parents. Okay. So I am mentally preparing for that and just going in with, okay, ideally I get like maybe an hour to myself. Is that going to happen? No, probably not.
Definitely not every day.
Definitely not every day.
But maybe some days.
Maybe some days, but understanding like, hey, Devin, I'm going to like, he gets home from work or whatever. I'm like, hey,
yes, wait, let's address that. I get home from work. I come upstairs.
Yeah. Well, we were talking about him getting an office.
Yeah.
Because of the distraction level. But me being like, good luck with these three. I'm going to go for a walk. And, I just need a moment.
Fare thee well, soldier.
Yeah, because I think the biggest thing is like with all of this, like with the physical health is going to be like the mental health side of things. I think that is the only thing that I am like personally a little nervous about is like that 4th trimester with Aubrey. I did have anxiety. But
That's what's so important about going for walks, like in the morning when the sun's out.
yes,
Or just going for a walk. And it'll be tough because it'll be starting to get cold when they're born.
Yeah, I'm just
But
gonna
still,
bundle. Yeah,
maybe it'll be a nice light winter.
Yeah.
Or it'll be a nice late winter like we had this year. It didn't start snowing until like
that's what
the
I'm
new
hoping.
year.
And when you have twins, apparently they like average will be 34 to 36 weeks. Obviously, we want them to develop as far along as possible, but they could come in September. So it's like it's just crazy. It's crazy. So yeah, I'm going in with just like that mindset of if it's even just like 10 minutes of me doing something, even if it were to be like breathing or even going and taking a shower, like just having this plan set out for myself, like a self-care checklist, going through it. I think that will help. And I think the issue is a lot of people say, oh, you say that now, but when they're there, there's no way you're going to be able to have the time. I think that's the problem with,
Well, yeah, you're like, that's setting yourself up for failure.
Yeah. Like, okay,
Like
that's
basically negative self-talk.
Yes. It's that negative self-talk, which we're trying to avoid. And it's like, you know what? No, I am going to make sure that I prioritize time for myself because I know when I prioritize time for myself, I can show up for them better. Because if oh my gosh, could you imagine me not working out and not taking care of myself? I'd become a blob. It wouldn't be good for anybody. So I think that's going to be just so important and such a priority, just as much of like eating food is going to be a priority, just making sure that I get my movement in and I feel good and all this stuff and just being as present as possible because I can only imagine with just Aubrey how fast it went. Oh my gosh, just like how fast it'll go with this too. So I hope they come out holding hands. It'll be the cutest thing. But
well,
yeah.
what did the nurse that took your blood say? She's like twins are they like try to scare you, right? Twins are easy at first.
Oh yeah, but then when they're
once they start to become like running
toddlers,
around, that's when it gets real
all
hectic.
hell breaks loose. And I was like, I could see that with Aubrey. Just with Aubrey, she's like climbing on things and trying to like throw herself from chairs and all the stuff. So I could definitely see it being like hectic and crazy and all the things. But it's fine.
All we really got to do is get the reformer out of the living room.
Yeah, we need a space.
I mean, then we can like really childproof the whole space.
Yeah, yeah. And I think that's a big point too, is like literally just childproofing the space so that
gates
yeah.
and less ladders as decoration. So you can climb to the top of the blanket ladder and jump off of it onto the couch.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Especially if they're like little boys. Oh my God. Boys are crazy. They're crazy. You guys are crazy. So
I mean, Aubrey's crazy.
Yeah, she is. She is crazy. So Aubrey is so funny. She's just such a little, like, she's like a little girly girl, you can tell, but also has like this little tomboy in there. I can see it, you know? Like I can, like, she's a little aggressive, like, you know? So it's just.
She's got the killer instinct. She's not aggressive. She's got killer instinct. Couldn't be more proud.
She just loves really hard. Like she like hugs people.
Yeah, she squeezes
and
you
just like squeezes you
like a snake.
Yeah. So when she's squeezing us,
and
it's
she's
one
smiling.
thing.
She's not like
yeah. She's not like trying to hurt somebody.
angry.
She says like hug, and she hugs you and she like wiggles around, and so it looks a little like I'm trying to
Carol.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think she'll handle twins well. But we'll see.
I guess the other thing that we should talk about, we both failed 75 hard.
We did. We did it day 63.
And then I made it a week after that.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't even want to hear it. Listen, I failed on day 68.
Yeah, I know.
Right? There's literally a week to go.
Yeah. Failed the program. But the reason why I failed is because I was sick. I didn't feel good. I think I could have pushed through up until that one day where I was like, I couldn't get off the floor. But like I was so nauseous and sick, and the food aversions have been so real that my diet that I was following, because you're supposed to pick a diet, is like hitting your protein, hitting your calories, and I was not.
Couldn't even get like a chicken breast bite in your mouth.
I still can't do that. No. And so that's like why I failed. And I'm obviously like, and it's so fun. I'm okay with it, but it's so funny that like last year when I did 75 hard, I failed at day 65 because I forgot to take a picture. I was more upset about that than like this, because obviously there's a reason for this. But I will do 75 hard and I will complete the program. I considered doing it while being pregnant, and people think that's so crazy, but it is a scalable program. And once my food aversions are gone, like just tracking and following my macros, honestly, I love eating that way better than the way I'm eating now. So, like, it would honestly put me on a good track. Can't drink anyways. Not that drinking's ever really been an issue.
Yeah. If anything, not drinking is like the easiest part.
Yeah, it's more so
for us. Just for us.
Yeah, it's more so right now is like my cravings are very like strong. I did not have cravings with Aubrey, I feel like. This time.
Yeah, not really. You said aversions with Aubrey.
Yeah, this time it's like ice cream. And the problem is if it doesn't fulfill the craving, like Devin went and got me ice cream the other day that was like caramel.
Okay, no, wait, come on. Throw me right under the bus.
I know, but it's
Alien's like, give me Moose Tracks, right? Moose Tracks ice cream, whatever.
Tracks.
I don't even, that might be a Michigan thing. I don't know. Meijer, one of the grocery stores here, has something called Deer Tracks. It's very similar to Moose Tracks. Yeah,
it's like off-brand.
It's just like Meijer brand Moose Tracks, because I don't know if Moose Tracks is like trademarked or whatever.
I don't know.
They have that flavor, but they also have caramel Deer Tracks that replaces the chocolate ribbons in the ice cream with caramel. I wasn't paying attention. I just grabbed that one.
Yeah.
It's really not good.
Yeah, so it was not good, and it was like I had it, and I was like, this is not fulfilling the crave. Like I was like, you're going to need to go get me something different, because it's just the craziest thing, you know? So, and it's not like I needed to eat the whole carton. I was like, I like literally just need a cup of it, and I'm good. Like it just needed to fulfill the craving.
Give me some ice cream with chocolate ribbons in it and a peanut butter cup.
Yeah, it was so
and give me a couple bites. Yeah.
It was so good. So.
Yeah, so I don't know. 68, man.
Yeah, super close.
A little
to
sad,
finishing.
but also I was thinking about it after the fact, because I've talked to people about it in person since then, and people that just like do it on their first try. I don't know. I feel like if I completed on the first try, when we first learned of it in 2021, 2020, whatever that was, I feel like I wouldn't have learned anything. Like, I would be like, oh yeah, that was easy.
Yeah, a big
And then
part of the
just
whole thing is the
walk
failure.
away, you know? Yeah, like every time you fail, you learn something new about yourself.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So I feel like failing is like,
A big part of the program.
yeah, you fail and you learn a whole bunch.
You
right?
do.
And then you do it again and you're better.
Yeah.
And you grind harder.
Yeah. It's
right?
like the whole thing with the program.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like the craziest thing. Obviously, you want to finish, and we will finish. We will finish one day.
We'll get the badge one day, but
Yeah.
like the amount of stuff we've learned from doing it
Oh my gosh.
constantly.
I have heard from one other twin mom that she was pretty nauseous the whole time, which if it's just like a manageable thing, like that's fine. It's like the food aversions that I really need to just go away. Like the smells of things. That's what I'm hoping that will calm down a little, like a lot of it, and then maybe gaining some energy back because I'm just so tired. So
Yeah. I'm trying to think of the things that are like in the house. Like, because usually we wouldn't buy like,
breads, like all the bagels.
oh yeah, that's the
We've been having bagels.
blueberry bagels and cream cheese. So like as long like I make it a little bit okay for myself because I put enough cream cheese on there and like maybe like some ham or something, whatever. So just like
Yeah.
the protein tries to even out the carbs,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But yeah, bagels and like chips. Like you got those
Yeah,
little,
I've been eating a
little
lot of
potato
like
chip
little
eggs.
potato chips because it helps. And I'm eating these things because it's what helps my nausea. Like there's just no, unless you've gone
Pretzels.
through it. Yeah, I
Yeah.
can't eat another pretzel though. That staley taste and staley flavor. Ugh,
I mean, okay, they're not
that was
they're
making
not
me
actually
nauseous.
stale.
Yeah,
It's
it was
just how it tastes
the
to you.
amount that I was eating though, and it was just like that stale taste in my mouth when I would wake up in the morning from eating them was making me more nauseous. So I had to stop that. But potato chips don't do that because really the only problem with potato chips is it's like a fried potato, like with oil, whereas like pretzels are all sorts of bad things in there. So a potato chip, like if as options go in terms of like a ultra processed
It's debatable. I don't know.
food. What? That a potato chip is better than a
Yeah,
pretzel?
it really depends. I think.
You think so?
I think it depends on the brand and who made it. All
Oh,
that
sure.
stuff.
And the ingredient, I'm just looking at like the ingredient list. Like a potato chip is typically potato and like an oil and salt.
I mean, sure, but I don't know. Like if it's a chip, we don't have to like get into this right now. But if it's like a chip with like canola oil
Well,
versus a pretzel that doesn't have canola oil
yeah,
in
but
it,
the pretzels do have that kind of stuff in it.
no, I'm saying, but if it doesn't,
Oh, yeah, I
Like,
gotcha.
I don't know.
Yeah. It just
Like,
depends.
would you rather take the extra carby or would you rather take the inflammatory oil? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Whatever. Anyway, that's what I was getting at is I don't have a problem avoiding the salty, snacksy stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not your
And
downfall.
I also don't have a problem not eating the ice cream. Like I ate it last night with you because
Yeah.
we were like celebrating.
Yeah.
Um,
Party.
but yeah, the blueberry bagels, that's like oh, breakfast.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Let's lather it up with some
Yeah.
cheese and meat.
Yes.
Nom.
Because we're used to eating like a protein shake for breakfast
Mm-hmm.
or eggs and fruit for breakfast or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm afraid to eat an egg, even though I really am. I'm very nervous to eat eggs because I feel like it'll make me sick. But eggs are so good for you while you're pregnant. So I'm like really excited to just start pounding them. So
As long as we can find them.
I know.
Gotta
To go to the local
Gotta go
farmers.
spar somebody at the grocery store.
Yeah.
for some eggs.
Yeah. But
But that's actually not true. We do have lots of local farmers we could get eggs
we
from
do.
instead.
Yeah, we do.
We just gotta save our cartons. We always throw them away.
I know.
We just need to save them so we can take them and go get eggs.
Yes. Yes, I know. So
Yeah, is there anything off the top of your head that you think you learned from like failing this time around? Or is it a special circumstance? Because
I think it's a special circumstance. I think it was
you didn't actually like it was different. Like you told me, you're like I'm gonna stop today because I can't go.
Yeah, and I
can't do
think
this
that's
anymore.
why I was like so okay with being done. Like every other time I failed 75 hard, I've had like that crap, like guilty, like dang it feeling. But this was the first time where I was like, I genuinely cannot go on. Like I cannot walk out that door and go for it. Not like it was just, I was so sick that I just couldn't do it. And I feel like I have pushed my body to, like
Extremes.
pretty like extreming limits, I would say, before. And it was to the point where I was like, okay, is this actually like is this doing good for me right now? And I did not feel like, I felt in my soul, in my mama's soul, that I was like, you shouldn't push it right now. So that's what I decided, and I was okay with it. So I think in terms of learning something, then it's like, okay, I learned the difference between like quitting because I was being a baby or just being like weak, to quitting because I understood like that my body needed to not do that right now. So I think it was more of like a learning my body type of thing, which was, yeah, thinking about that now, it's that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So still failed though. And that's all right. So yeah. What about you? What did you learn about failing?
So one thing just going through it this time, having the right books for you to read is important.
Oh yeah.
Like I feel like I needed to pick out what books I was going to get through like in the first week, so I don't like have to think about it. Just because that was a little hard, because I read Relentless by Tim Grover, and I loved it. And then I didn't have a book picked out after that. So I started like reading a couple of books, and then you're book jumping, and then you don't like actually get like hooked in it.
Right.
And it's like it is a discipline thing, but it just makes it better if you like stick with a book and read it all the way through. Yeah. And then I started, it was like I jumped between 3 different books, and then I started reading People First, Profit. I forget the name. It's Emily Frisell's book. Yeah. And that one sucked me in again, but that was on day like 50. Yeah. Like I went from day 30 to 50, basically, those 20 days of just book hopping and not like really engaging in a book, right? Which isn't ideal, right? Because then like your thoughts want to be more intentional, woven, when you're trying to like pick up on stuff and learn things.
I think that's something that I've learned too, which is a big thing, is reading to actually absorb content and apply it to real life, because it's so easy to just read and move on to the next book, read and move on to the next book. But like even taking notes and getting into that, and it's just like with a workout, like you can passively get through a workout, but did you get anything out of it, or it's like, I really believe it's the same thing. So your intention behind everything in 75 Hard, I think, is huge, just as that relays over into life, your intention with what you do in life. And that's why the program is so amazing, because it literally develops you as a human being. And it bothers me so much that people hate on the program.
Well, especially because even like right now, like I hate that I'm not doing it right now, like, because when you're on that, I don't know, like you call it like a high. Yeah. Like I'm just like so productive when I'm doing it. Yes. Right. And it's like, that's all I want out of like my body.
Whenever I talk to people that are on 75 Hard or have done it, that's what they say too. And they're like, they're just so productive. They're so just into it. I don't know. They're, just better,
because you get to the point where you're afraid to stop. Yeah. Right. Yeah. And it's like that, and that's where I am right now. Like I stopped and I'm like, all I want to do is start again.
Yeah. Cause you feel so good. Yeah. Yeah. It's a good, thank you, Andy Frisella. It's an incredible program. So
and another thing about like the whole reading, I think something else that I need to do better, right, is like you're talking about like actually like read to learn, is like at least like if you read, you might not get something out of the 10 pages you read every single day. Yeah. But if you like think of it on like some type of basis, like maybe on a weekly basis, so in those 70 pages that you read in a week or more, whatever, if you can just like pick 1 or 2 things that you learned out of reading and execute on it the following week. Oh yeah. That's ideal. Yeah, for sure. Then you're like actually doing something with the information you're taking in.
Right. And we live in such an information overload world. And so many people gather so much information, but they don't do anything about it. They just kind of like absorb it and are just like, okay, but
then you absorb it. And then if you don't do anything with it, then you kind of forget it. And then what's the point?
I'm like, what's the point? Exactly.
Like you built up your discipline a little bit, I guess, by reading, but after that,
you don't do anything with it.
What else? This time around, I never really dreaded doing my outdoor cardio, even though we started on January 1st or 2nd. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Like even though it was cold as heck outside. Yeah. Like going outside and going for the 45-minute walk.
Those were that was my favorite.
It's like, it gives you clarity. Yeah. Like you just go walk either in silence or I don't know, like sometimes I listen to funny podcasts, sometimes I listen to like Real AF or the
Yeah.
Model Health Show,
Yeah.
you know, like my like information ones,
Right.
and it's just good.
Oh yeah. No, I love my walks. I love my walks. That's why I want to. And it's just like for me too. I've just been so off of everything, and that's just me being honest. That since being pregnant, like sure I do my best. Like I still work out. Do I work out every day? No. I do the best I can with eating when I'm feeling all right, but that's definitely not been the best. So I'm just so not myself that it's like I can't wait to just like get back into feeling good and you know, don't take it for granted ever. Don't take your health for granted.
Last thing here today, finally, our app is on the App Store, Apple App Store, Google Play Store.
Yep.
It's called Vitality Coaching. I'll link it in the description here on YouTube.
Yes.
If I can figure out how to do that for Spotify and Apple Podcasts, I'll put it there too. But yeah, I'm just very excited.
So excited
that it's published finally.
Yes.
It's been a work in progress for like, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know.
And that's the area where if you want to continue to work with us or if you want coaching in any way, that's where you can
built
get that.
right in there.
It's built right in. Yep. So
check it out, please.
check it out. And you guys, if you liked this episode, like and share it. Add comments if you have any. And we appreciate you guys for being here.
See ya.